Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Have You Heard? Well, this feels kind of overdue. Um, at last, it's ELP, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and we're going to be doing Living Sin from the Trilogy album. Now, this is really nice. This is the 2015 remaster with the original album and then Yako Yakshich's um, remaster and remix. Very nice. Let's have a little look at it. There we go. Okay, you can't see it too well there, but anyway, it's a really nice package, nice booklet with all kinds of things and little comments from the band. We're doing Living Sin because you know, following the ethos of the channel, it's not been reacted to too many times on YouTube. In fact, I can only find two specific Living Sin reactions. There's about two or three where people have taken two or three songs from the album and done them all together, which of course is a reaction and it counts, I know. But certainly it's nowhere near the amounts for the title track or for um, uh, what the other one's called. Goodness me, I'm forgetting all the names now. The Endless Enigma, of course, and Hoedown, the Sheriff. I was watching Andy Edwards doing quite an old video last night, his countdown of ELP's top 10 albums. And now, because I watched that on my YouTube feed, I'm getting everybody's top 10 lists of ELP. And they're quite interesting. Obviously, a lot have gone for Brain Salad Surgery, some have gone for Trilogy. Andy, in fact, changed his mind and went for the debut album. And my mind changes every time I listen to any of the ELP classic albums. It's always either the first album or Trilogy for me. Um, Brain Salad Surgery is brilliant, but I really just listen to it for Carnival 9. All the impressions. It's an incredible piece of music. But I'm not a great fan of Still You Turn Me On, that particular mix, because I saw them at Empire Pool Wembley in 1974. And of course, the Welcome Back My Friends to the Show That Never Ends triple live album is a document of that tour. And the version live is so much nicer. It's got an echo on the chorus and not that really weird twangy guitar that Greg plays, which I'm not a huge fan of, I'm afraid. I mean, it's a lovely song, but I just don't quite like the early part of the album as much as Carnival 9. So anyway, it always comes number 3 in my list. And the debut and this one always swap between first and second. At the moment, Trilogy is just winning out. I just love this album. And of course, it's another of my classics of 1972. I've said in a couple of other videos, 72 is the greatest year for rock, particularly for prog, but for rock. There are so many wonderful albums that were released in 1972. I'm not going to bore you with all the titles again, but there's tons. Anyway, let's listen to Living Sin, a really unusual ELP track insofar as Greg sings in a really low register, and this is probably the only song he sings in this register. We'll talk about it a bit more afterwards. Let's have a listen to the song. We're all good. Come along, Spotify.
Will you stand up or will you freeze? inside, outside, in.
Brilliant. I love that track. Oh, it's short and sweet and magnificent. And all three of them are absolutely at the top of their game. Um, Greg's voice. He says in the notes here, can I read you this very quickly? I sing in a gruff voice on this one and can't quite remember why. I wanted to try a different approach. Keith noticed that I could sing very low one day and said you should make something out of that because it's a great sound. So we did Living Sin and it turned out really interesting, although we never did the song live. This was a shame because it was quite funky. Well, there you go. Funky ELP. And yeah, the once I saw them at Wembley in '74, they didn't do Living Sin. So obviously they didn't. Well, he says they didn't do it. So there you go. I wonder why. I can imagine that being a real showstopper. Um, Carl's drumming is incredible. I think one of the most underrated drummers in prog. Um, I mean, there are the legends that we all love and talk about, and I know he's included in many of those lists, and so he should be. I think he's absolutely brilliant, and he's still only in his early 20s at this time. Um, he adds so much to the band, and of course, Keith Emerson is a genius. Um, what more can you say? I so wish he was still with us. I really do. Greg as well, of course. Um, it's such a shame. Um, did any of did any of you over in the States go and see Carl Palmer's tour? Where did he use video or holograms or something to play along? Yeah, he played along with video recordings of Keith and Greg, didn't he? I believe they were a huge success. Um, I think we were all hoping he would bring it across to the UK, but he hasn't done that yet. Any information would be most welcome. Um, so there we go. Uh, Worth the wait, I think. ELP, we have to do a lot more ELP. Um, Lots of their famous songs are splattered all over YouTube. Obviously, some from the later albums, the reunion album, Black Moon in particular, um, I might put on because I actually quite have a soft spot for Black Moon. And two or three of those songs are really, really nice. Uh, we shall see. I might even just throw in a classic ELP just to liven things up a little bit. I mean, you can't get too much ELP as far as I'm concerned. So, anyway, there we go. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Living Sin. I hope you enjoyed that. It was about time we included them on Have You Heard? And I'm sure they'll be included many, many more times. Um, if you enjoyed the video, please like. If you would like to see more and get notified straight away when one of my daily videos comes out, please subscribe. Subscriptions are growing. It's really, really exciting. Thank you so much to everybody. And put some comments in below. Tell me what you think about ELP. Where did you see them live? Which is your favourite album? Um, the comments are so interesting, and I read every single one, and I look forward to them. So please take a bit of time if you could. I would appreciate that very much. So there we go. Thank you, and that's it for now. We'll see you on the next episode of Have You Heard? Cheers, everybody.